Now he's stretching his neck out and his nose down, and I'm encouraging him because if you see his film when I first got him, he broke at the pole and he kind of did a curly cue with his neck and head. Now you can see he's uncurled at the pole, and as we just do what I call a plup plup, it's sort of it's not really taking anything out of him. It's just stretching that inside hind leg underneath and then putting him out again and stretching his whole body so he pumps his back and kind of goes over the ground like a bouncing super ball. He's pretty much warmed up now, and in a few more weeks you'll see how much larger a stride. He just, if you back that up, he just dared me. He's really feeling good. So, I wish the camera was better, but he gave me the eyeball like I'm going to eat you up, which is good. And you'll see his forearm, because his haunches are dropping and coming underneath him, you'll see him do more demonstrative, longer steps with his front legs than we did when we were just this all goes back to gaining ground. Strides win races, not footsteps. So here we are, and we're warmed up for a 2-mile gallop. This is a 5/8 mile track. He's come out, he's warmed up. The rider's going to take his first turn easy. Like I said earlier, he's a 2-year-old. And we want to get him strong up into the bridle from his push off behind up through his back into the rider's hand. That means no speed. That means strong and having a rider with hands so he knows how to bring the horse together. Got lucky today. This horse following our horse is the same age, training I think at least 30 more days in this horse, probably more. So later on it'll come into play. He's just warming up now, getting it's a mental thing as well as a physical thing. People don't talk about that enough, I don't think. But as the horse goes its first quarter, half a mile or so, they're right out of the barn they'll be on the muscle, but since he's warmed up, he's getting his focus in his nomenclature. I don't know if that's a good word to say, but over the ground. So we want his feet to go over the ground and the springboard to be the back. As the horse gets stronger, that bounce you see above the rail gets bouncier. And I look for that. The way the horse is going is very, very super important. One gentleman I worked for years ago really had a good eye for watching a horse go, and that was Leroy Jolly. I love him. Can't wait to see him again. I think he's probably down south here, but now as he's done about 5/8 of a mile now, and you'll see his neck is long, but as he gets to his stronger gallop, we started a mile last week, and now we're going to do 2. I slowed this down to show you the demonstrativeness over the ground, which that's way important. And as we slow it down, you can see the suspension that he's going to build over the next coming months between each stride. That's everything, folks. And that's the bridge. It comes from the back. It doesn't come from the feet. When you really build up that back, those feet bounce like a super ball. And you're seeing the beginning of it here. If you saw his last gallop, he didn't have that suspension between his stride. And You can see also that the horse is focused. He's relaxed. This horse breathes really nice. You want your horse to breathe in tempo with his strides, and this horse is a natural at it. And as we go on in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see that same gallop, but it's going to get more and more suspension. It's not going to go faster because we don't want speed kills, and there ain't no money in the morning. I really slowed it down here to show the breath. He's starting to get chest muscles now, the breadth of his stride. He's starting to get chest muscles, and you can see how that lower back rises and falls, and that's where the suspension comes from. You can see his eye. He's really relaxed, and he's focused. And when you have a horse like this that you can feed 16 quarts a day to, and keep focused and keep going on and getting fit, that's everything. Now it's all about if he likes to run fast in a race, but he's 3/4 of the way there. He's showing that he likes training hard, and he's poised. And now we have to give him the infrastructure or the equipment for his confirmation to have the racing physics over the ground. As you can see him come around the corner here, if you can, his lead swaps are getting cleaner and more proficient. Not from speed, but the velocity or the impulsion. And he's starting to grab a little ground here, but the rider stays soft and keeps that accordion effect together, so he doesn't waste himself, keeping that gravity in the middle of the strides and keep that souffle going. We're building a souffle, folks. Now he looks good because his head was still up after 2 miles, and he still looks cheerful. His tail is nice and relaxed. Always look at tails. It tells you a lot, especially with the fillies, but it'll tell you even with the colts. And now as he slows him down, easy. Yeah, that's nice. See how his back is still up, his head is still up. You can really tell a lot the way a horse pulls up, because their posture changes. If you're going too fast too soon, their posture is sort of like deflates under the rider's weight. This I got lucky. Here we have a horse same age, more training underneath it, but actually its head is where I started with this colt's head. See how the colt, you can see his head is up, he's striding out with his shoulders, he's landing flat with his front feet, and the other horse has its head way behind the vertical, and it's stabbing with the toe and then the heel of its front feet. So it's really grinding. That's how a lot of, I believe, my belief is, young horses don't make it to their first start. When a horse is stabbing at the ground and not planting their foot flat in front of them, and it's really important to keep those shoulders free and have that foreleg plant itself in front of the horse. So when you break a horse at the poll too soon, as they get really, really strong, of course, you can really grind at them, but their back is further pumping. I like the way he's squared up behind. Now he's gonna walk off the. Now watch his foreleg. He plants his foot flat on the ground. He's not stabbing the ground first with the toe and then with the heel. He goes shoulder, forearm, and then the foot is flat, lands flat. And see how the back rises up to the weight of the rider. So we know we haven't gone too much, too fast, too soon. Ah, Trululo, we might get there. I think this horse has a shot. Okay, folks.